So here I am, Buffalo, New York, about 5 miles northeast of Lake Erie, at a joint that was once a diner, and then changed into a Chinese restaurant, well then transplanted from Pennsylvania, and then turned back into a diner. And guess what? That's not even the amazing part. These guys they're curing their own ham, they're corning their own beef, and they're smoking their own bacon. This is Lake Effect Diner.
Pulled pork, the real deal. Red-eye gravy going down.
Kind of unique in Buffalo.
Barbecue meatloaf, an upscale version of the old classic.
Blueberry pancakes.
You can really taste the difference.
Are there a lot of diners in Buffalo?
Not too many.
Not like this.
A 50s legacy
2 sunshines in a glass.
that Tucker Curtin
Italian sausage.
and his wife Erin brought back to life.
Table 24.
We went looking for the diner car, and we were able to resurrect it and put it back into service again.
Now this joint is smoking for real.
Ready to rock and roll.
Everything from turkey to bacon
Oh, it's so good.
to ham. So a boneless pork leg, and you're gonna make your own.
We're gonna make our own ham.
I don't think on Triple D yet we've seen anybody make a ham.
This is old school curing. We'll start with our brine, okay? About a gallon of water, some dried cloves here, black peppercorns,
Dry mustard.
lots of dried mustard, light brown sugar, made right here in Buffalo, New York, maple syrup,
Yeah, boy.
sodium nitrate here,
Offers nice color.
and then kosher salt.
Okay, bring that to a little simmer.
Yes, we're gonna get that into a rumbling boil. And then we'll cut our ham in half for the cooled brine on top, and that's a 12, 14-day process.
And then it'll go to the smoker.
For about 3 hours. We'll also slow smoke the bones that we'll use in the stock for our red-eye gravy. Smoke those over mesquite charcoal, and we also burn apple and hickory woods.
Wow.
Sugars are starting to caramelize up on them.
Look at this. Just take a little looky-loo at that.
Isn't that beautiful? It's got that real maple.
Don't talk in the middle of it, just. And this is all for a breakfast item on a menu.
Correct.
A breakfast item,
One item.
one item. So now we take them, pop them in the oven, bring them up to about 145, finish the cooking process, take them out.
We got our bones. They're all smoked off. Got the fat nicely out of them. And now I'm gonna dump the pan juices in there.
Little mirepoix,
Carrot, celery, and onion.
dig it.
Black peppercorn.
We are gonna be straining this.
Yes, we are. Some kosher salt. Frank's hot sauce.
Wow.
This is the secret to good wings. It's also the secret to good red-eye gravy. Brindle of fresh thyme, add some coffee to it
Now how long will this sit there and simmer?
for about 3 hours.
Strain it, and then be ready to serve with the ham.
Correct. Got our ham right here.
Slice them up.
Get that going on the flat top with eggs and home fries.
Egg, baby.
A little bit of our red-eye gravy here. Let me get these eggs, some of our home fries, and our ham on there too. A little more red-eye gravy.
And I hope you're gonna say that. This is very flavorful, tender ham for sure. I like a side of ham with some ham. Being raised eating red-eye gravy, I've seen a lot of different variations. I do think that I would like to have a cup of red-eye gravy to chug. Awesome, bub. Nice
Order
job.
up.
Now, I know when you roll into a coastal town like Jacksonville, well, you're expecting to find seafood. But in this town, there's a lot more than that. And as the name of the show goes, it's diners, drive-ins, and dives. And this is Metro Diner.
Pancakes, banana granola.
This is phenomenal food. They cook everything fresh daily.
Stuffed portobello sandwich up.
Our first time here, we looked at each other and said, this should be on Guy's show.
So you wrote in and told me to come here?
I did. I wrote in because I bring people here every time they come into town. The food is awesome. Anything you order,
Pittsburgh steak salad up.
it's absolutely amazing.
Real good food. He actually cooks everything fresh.
Salami sandwich up. Runner, please.
It's just a really great diner.
There you go. You guys enjoy.
When I walked in here the first time, I just fell in love with the place.
So Chef Mark DeVoli
2 eggs and grits.
bought the joint,
Need a runner, please.
then talked his dad John,
Okay, here we go, fellas.
a corporate restaurant vet, into joining him.
How is it? He handles the front of the house.
He's the ambassador?
Yep.
All right, thanks. You manage the kitchen.
I do the kitchen, yeah. Metro Melt medium. It's home cooking. Meatloaf up.
The meatloaf is unbelievable here.
Now, is meatloaf a staple on the menu, or?
It's definitely a staple.
Okay, so get it going.
All right, let's start with the carrots. We're gonna blend them.
This will break it down to the size that it can be cooked all the way through, but not being a big, intrusive chunk.
Yeah,
Intrusive chunk. Okay?
without a doubt.
That's a term you use often.
Yeah.
You know what? Come on down for our meatloaf here in Metro. No intrusive chunks.
Celery.
All right.
We're gonna blend them.
Get those to the optimum size.
Yep. The mushrooms.
Mushrooms, very gingerly done. Just mushrooms, not ginger, but you know what I meant. Now you do the onions.
Yeah. We're gonna blend them.
All right, so this is all ready to go with this nice veggie mix. And this brand new bowl.
And that's been here all 20 years at least, I would
Yes,
be my
it.
guess.
Yep, it's carbon dated AD. All right, now we got some the meat trio.
Yep. Ground beef.
Pork.
Add pork.
Have to.
And ground turkey.
That's the way to get healthy with it. Okay, so you incorporate all the meats.
Yep.
Ready? There you go.
Beautiful.
Well, I like the veggie content. Okay, so what do we got for seasonings?
Pepper, salt, and Worcestershire.
I was going to say, there's got to be some Worcestershire. Anything else we're incorporating? What about a binder?
Yeah, a little bit of egg.
Okay. Breadcrumbs?
Yep, breadcrumbs.
Dang, I like this.
Yeah.
So you form up the logs.
Yep.
3 out on a tray.
Yep.
Bake it off at 350
Yep.
for
40 minutes.
bring it out, let it cool. Look at that. Like a speed bump in Flavor Town. How do you just keep picking into it right now?
It's hard.
Oh, you got people at the front door.
Good one.
Great.
Could have saw that coming.
So 2 big slices over to the flat top.
Yep, put a little margarine down. The meatloaf on. About 2-3 minutes each side.
This is the art of crustification. And then what do we serve it with?
Mashed potatoes, zucchini and squash, and little French baguette.
It's just what you expect in a diner. It's a big portion.
Yeah.
I think diners across the world have to take a lesson on this one. Tender, juicy, good exterior crust. But it's the crunchification, adding that extra layer, all that little crunch on the side. And why do you even mess up the plate with vegetables and bread? I just would like I'd like you to float that in gravy. You know, one of my favorite things about doing Triple D is cruising Main Street of small town America. Now here I am 25 miles south of Oklahoma City in Norman, Oklahoma, which is home to OU, you know, the Sooners, and a 110-year-old diner where they're doing a lot more than your average eggs. Welcome to the diner they call the Diner.
Beef and bean burrito.
The food is delicious.
The tamale breakfast.
One of the best breakfast foods I've ever had in my life.
Chili.
It's awesome. I usually get it on everything I order.
There you go. I love this place because it's been around forever.
But the previous owners couldn't make a go of it.
Came to work one day and the door was locked. Coming up.
Back when Mark Amspatcher was manager here.
Pancakes.
Feel like a loss in the family. There you go, sir.
So attorney and diner regular Ben Benedum made Mark an offer.
Ben says, if I take care of the legal work, would you consider buying this diner? I said, you got a deal.
All right, guys.
And almost 2 decades later, folks are still piling in for all of Mark's diner classics, especially this one.
Championship chili.
It's won the state of Oklahoma chili championship.
Not once, but twice.
I love it.
Okay,
We're making chili.
5 pounds of ground beef.
Little 80-20. Now, we're not cooking it on the flat top, right?
We're just kind of
Assembling?
then we'll cook it on a burner.
So you're gonna cook that meat down first?
No, it's all gonna mesh together. Some diced tomatoes.
We're just gonna dump everything in.
Yep, that's how we do it. 2 times Oklahoma State chili champion. We're gonna put dark chili powder in there. Ground chili pepper, some paprika, mainly for color. That's where they call it the bowl of red, diced fresh onion.
Where did this recipe come from?
My dad and my granddad, some fresh pureed garlic. You can't make chili without some cumin.
I like where this is going. I mean, you got all the right ingredients in here. Where's the heat coming? We're gonna get any heat? Oh, there we go.
Crushed red.
Whoa, I love your real precise scientific measurement style.
Thank you. Salt, ground black pepper, a little sugar.
Put the buffer on it.
Smoothing it out. Now, kick this around, get it started.
Keep it on low heat.
And you want to try and keep it covered.
So you don't lose all the flavor and you also steam it a little bit.
Stir it off.
Every 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, about 2 hours into cooking. I like to put a couple more tablespoons of each of the spices.
So we're gonna hammer it home.
Yeah, to be sure it's nice and tasty. 3 hours later, this is what you get.
Look at that, man.
There you go. There's chili.
It's dynamite, man. You know the key to this? Is it's cooked down so well. It's just got a really nice, gentle texture. A little bit of heat in that.
Little.
That's really good chili, bro.
I love it because it's delicious.
Chili's the best. Awesome.
World class, in my opinion.
What about the chili makes it so good?
Just the flavor, the spice, goes good on anything.
Chili on the fries.
Always get my hash browns covered with chili and cheese.
Their Frito chili pie is amazing. Real good.
World famous chili dog.
World famous?
It's got famous chili on it.
Dude, that's winter hot dog dinner.
I love it.
So I'm here on 3rd Street in Long Beach, California, in an area known as Belmont Heights. Now, 10 minutes that way, you're in downtown. 10 minutes that way, you're at Long Beach State. Now, I'm told that if this joint had been in business when I lived here, I never would have moved. This is Starling Diner.
Roast beef hash, too.
It's homemade.
It's always good. They know what they're doing.
They is Joan Sampson,
Twice baked granola.
who started in the biz at age 10, running a snack shack out of her parents' garage.
Stuffed French toast up.
Then college took her down a different path.
I went to Rutgers University.
What'd you go to Rutgers for?
For law.
You're an attorney?
I have a law degree.
Breakfast polenta.
But instead of taking the bar, she opened up some restaurants, including this spot in '07. Doesn't matter what you do, end up back in the restaurant. They just suck you back in.
Hot roast bundle, please.
It's just phenomenal.
We're gonna do our slow roasted pot roast. It's wrapped in oyster tortilla with polenta and potatoes.
All right, well, let's get it going.
All right, we start by searing chuck roast in butter.
So we're seared off. Next step.
Then we add the mirepoix, which is celery, carrots, onions, herbs, rosemary, my favorite.
Little thyme, bay leaf, peppercorns.
Thank you.
Wow, and a lot of garlic.
A lot of garlic.
This is the stock from the last time this was made?
Absolutely.
I like the way you're rolling. And how much wine are you and I gonna drink?
And then salt and pepper.
Okay, wow.
Then we tuck it all in.
How long are we gonna cook it?
4 to 6 hours.
Got it.
275.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, we're making polenta potatoes. We've got mashed potatoes that we mix with organic polenta. We put them in the salamander to get that nice, crisp top on it. Take the pot roast out of the oven.
Got it. It's looking sexy. Here we go with the potato polenta. That's nuts.
And then a layer of caramelized onions. Find some great pieces for you. Pour gravy inside, fold it, flip it.
And yet there's more.
Top it off with gravy. I'm gonna make it healthy.
There we go. We're gonna waft it with some lettuce.
With a little bit of parsley.
Thank you. That just changed it all. The gravy is ridiculous. Creaminess of potato, texture of the polenta, the rich pot roast. It is a power bomb of flavor. Warning, don't eat this and drive. This is a coma item. For folks who travel a lot, they have their oases, like favorite hotel, favorite car rental, and favorite restaurants. But for folks from the East Coast, it's not just favorite restaurants, it's favorite diners. And not just diners, but Greek family-run diners. Well, here's the Oasis in Charlotte, North Carolina, Landmark Diner. A lot of Greek family diners here in Charlotte.
We're the first one over here.
The first to introduce Charlotte to Northeast Diner Classics.
Split pea soup.
They have the best food.
You can go breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Cheeseburger deluxe.
Did you see the desserts when you came in?
No, there's desserts too?
Oh, yes. All the fan favorites, from cheesecake to chocolate mousse cake. Cherry turnovers the size of your head. And Brother Larry is scratch making it all. How many things are you baking every day?
20 or 30 items.
The menu is ginormous. There's something for everybody, really.
From chicken parmesan to meatloaf marsala and Greek family favorites like this one.
Spanakopita.
Spanakopita, Spanish pie. Well, this is what I grew up on.
Oh, boy.
We start off with a little bit of vegetable oil,
White onion.
chopped green onions, and dill.
Dill?
Dill. Gives it a very unique taste.
So we sweat this down.
Yes.
And what's going to be our next step?
The eggs, mix them with my spinach.
Okay.
My feta.
Nice.
A little bit of salt, pepper, then the onion and dill mixture. We're gonna mix this up.
I'm liking the mixture smell.
Now here comes the
Phyllo dough.
A little bit of olive oil, coat the bacon sheet.
Okay.
Now we're gonna start layering the phyllo dough. The olive oil.
You've got like 8 sheets, so a nice big crusty bottom.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Add a little bit of butter, and then we're gonna go with 1 layer of the mix.
Picasso, breathe between this, all right?
I'm breathing, I'm breathing.
It's full speed.
Another layer of phyllo dough, a little bit of butter, another layer of the spinach mix. And start with the top layer.
Top gonna be like the bottom?
The top is gonna be more phyllo. And now we're gonna fold this over. I'll throw the last of the olive oil on there. Now I'm gonna cut this.
How many pieces are we getting out of this?
36 individual portions.
Okay.
Put this in the oven, around 400.
How long?
45 to 1 hour. We're ready to go.
Pull it.
We do need to recut this and get you a nice corner piece.
See, I like the edge.
Phyllo, yes, that was always my favorite.
Mmm, that's great. The dill actually really makes that. You know what it does? It complements really nice with the feta. That's good, dude. It's simple, done right. I eat that again. I eat that 36 more times.
Spinach pie dinner.
It's nice and creamy like quiche.
And I love the layers of the crust. Very tasty.
Feta going down. Greek omelet.
This is probably the only place around that can say they're a diner, and they are a diner.
The man.
Chicken tips.
Thank you. Really good, man. Nice job.
Thank you.
Very nice job. There's almost nothing scarier than trying to open a restaurant, especially for someone that doesn't have any formal culinary training. But that didn't stop one former waitress here in Pittsburgh. Took out a small loan and bought a little joint in a strip mall and turned it into a neighborhood favorite. Gotta check out Kelly O's.
Hot turkey sandwich, please.
So you've got your own diner in your own backyard?
Yeah, exactly.
Gravy ready?
Home-cooked food.
Nothing we want.
It tastes homemade, tastes like mom's.
You got it, babe?
And mom's Kelly O'Connor.
She's done. I've been called Kelly O my whole life.
Kelly O, who bought this place
Here's your food.
8 years ago. You say, I'm just gonna open up my joint and start serving things I like to eat.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. It's super easy.
That's like a family atmosphere.
And the whole family's pitching in. Yeah. Got your daughter working here, you got your son working here, your mom's working here. This is Tootie, this is Kelly's mom.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, camera. It's her cooking that got it all started.
Family recipes handed down.
Got them right here.
Like fresh bolognese, roast turkey,
Hot meatloaf sandwich.
and this Pittsburgh favorite.
Here's the order, Haluski.
Noodles, onions, cabbage, and bacon.
The Polish thing.
You can ask any Pittsburgh kid, they know what this is. Even if they're not Polish.
You go to picnics, you go to little festivals, church festivals.
It is holy haluski.
Definitely holy haluski.
How long have you been making this dish?
My whole life. Some butter in there.
Some regular onions?
Boil the
Just
cabbage.
cook it. No salt in the water, anything?
Nope.
Nothing like a hot, warm cabbage facial.
Oh, I
You ever
agree.
try those in the morning?
I agree. It's great.
Yeah.
4s. And then just cut it. Are you going to cut it for me?
Whatever you want there,
Okay.
sunshine.
Just julienne it. Yeah, there you go. Put it right in there.
In the pool?
Yep. It'll caramelize. It'll turn like brown, you know.
Dig it.
Garlic, salt, bacon. Lots
how
of bacon.
much goes in here?
10 ounces of cooked, chopped bacon.
That started out probably as about a pound and something.
Yes.
I'm already liking what I'm seeing.
Once you have it, you won't forget it.
So some egg noodles that are cooked al dente.
You got it.
That's a nice ratio of cabbage and onions to noodle. Stir this all around.
Yep. You like cabbage?
I love cabbage.
The darker it gets, the better it gets.
Oh, yeah. See that?
Yes.
That right
that's
there?
crispy. That's the way it's supposed to be, right? Like that. Pepper.
Hit it with some pepper. Is this ready?
Yep. There's a little Romano.
You gonna hit a little bit on there? That's exactly what I would want to eat every day.
Really?
I'm making this weekend when I get home.
Are you?
A little bit of the cabbage, the bitterness, sweetness of the onion, the saltiness of the bacon. I'm having a Haluski Nation. That's one of the surprise dishes I've had on Triple D.
Mom, I found a new haluski. Don't be mad.
She's gonna spank your kabuski when she finds out you love this Haluski.
It's comfort food.
I love it all. Everything's homemade. Something you would get from your grandmother.
Or Kelly O's grandmother.
Yeah, it's starting to brown now.
Home cooking
Hot turkey.
that keeps these folks packing in. So I'm here in the Southampton Township of New Jersey to check out a classic stainless steel diner from 1953. But unfortunately, it's not here anymore. Now, what I found when I stopped by in 2016 was this monster, big enough to handle the regulars back then and the crowds coming in now. This is Vincenttown Diner.
Vincenttown Diner. It's not what you'd expect from a diner.
Salmon burger in the window.
It's good to have Triple D come out. You've got owners that actually care about the food and they care about your experience.
Welcome. Well, Jimmy has always been here, and before that, it was his father.
You could say this was owner Demetrius, AKA Jimmy Melissarado's home away from home. Were you raised in this diner?
Yeah.
Were you working here as a kid?
Yeah. My father and his 2 brothers bought the old Vincenttown Diner, and they ran it successfully for many, many years.
Did your dad know that you bought it, or had your dad passed?
He passed.
He's the guy in the blue suit?
Yep.
Oh, he's happy, man. He's got to be proud that his kid's taking over.
They just put a great quality touch on their food, and they got a chef that's pretty top-notch.
That's Chef Jason Edgar.
Pick up Mile High Meatloaf.
Let's talk about what we're making.
Mile High Meatloaf.
Why is it mile high?
It's about this high off the plate.
No, it's not.
It's pretty big.
Seriously?
It's big. We got our ground beef, 75-25.
Going big.
Ground Italian sausage, green and red peppers, white onions that I've cooked down for a long time.
Yeah, when people put raw veggies in meatloaf, it drives me crazy.
No. Now I got some panko breadcrumb that I've crushed some roasted garlic into, and then milk.
So you got your panade.
Yes. Beaten organic eggs, some of the meatloaf sauce.
What do we got?
We got some ketchup, maple syrup, steak sauce, hot sauce, Montreal steak seasoning.
Doctor?
And just some salt and pepper.
So we'll take this into the pan.
Pack it in.
So in the oven, what temp?
350, about an hour and a half. Then we bring it out, we brush some more of that meatloaf sauce on the top.
Got it.
Put it back in
Let it
to
glaze.
glaze.
Got it.
Then we let it cool, we unmold, we slice it, it gets seared on the flat top.
Make the magic happen, baby.
We're gonna go down with a nice scoop of our roasted garlic mash, 1 piece of meatloaf, another scoop of mash.
I get the Mile High thing now, Chef.
We're gonna go on with our gravy, a little frizzle, some of our veg mix.
I don't eat a lot of meatloaf, so I keep this petite dancer's figure.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, look at me, I can't stop eating it. So this leg of the trip, you rode in and sent me to Baltimore, to the kind of places we love doing on Triple D. A big, shiny, family-owned diner serving homemade everything from everywhere. Hey, welcome to the Broadway Diner.
Pork chops, urbano, shrimp creole, veal parmesan, cheeseburger deluxe.
Salad with swordfish. Very good.
Puttanesca, meatloaf.
Shrimp Creole, not too spicy, it's just perfect.
Oh, yeah, that looks hot.
What is that?
Open hot beef sandwich with French fries and gravy.
Just one of the reasons Jonathan Gorbeck emailed to tell me I gotta check this place out and see why his whole family loves it. Give me some knuckles.
This is the place to go.
This is the place to go.
There you go.
You feel like the family.
With good reason.
Everybody good?
Everybody good.
Turkey, please.
Owner George Kavourakis
Give me that turkey over there.
runs the place with his daughter
Thank you.
and nephew.
Cheese omelet.
And wants everyone else to feel
Oh, my goodness.
right at home.
They have everything you can think of.
We got nice fresh lobster. We got some wonderful mussels. Feast fit for a king, is what I'd call it.
But George calls it.
Broadway Festival.
All right, so a little olive oil goes down, throw some scallops in. Something you find in every diner as you travel on the country. Nice lobster tails.
I'm gonna throw the shrimp. I'm gonna throw the mussels, of course, right there.
Yeah, this is the seafood buffet for 90. Everybody's starting to pop open.
Now we're gonna go with the wine.
Like a magic show. You see that? You see how he stayed right in it? Run that on slow-mo for me. See what I said?
Got a little garlic, fresh tomato, basil,
Love where this is going.
salt and pepper.
It's a marinara you made, right?
Yes.
Calamari in last so it doesn't get tough. Because by the time they get served up, that calamari will cook in that sauce.
Right. The pasta over here, cheese, grilled cheese. Now we're gonna dish it out.
If I lived on an island and all we had to eat was seafood, I don't think I would get that much seafood. Look at that. Look at the juice. Look at the sauce. There's no way you could have done this any better. The pasta's al dente. I go to Italian restaurants across the country, I can't find pasta that's al dente. I have nothing to say, man, other than just wow.
Delicious. That's pretty much it in a word.
I couldn't eat that whole thing. How far did you get?
You're looking at it.
That's about it. That's the tap right. I'm right outside of Leavenworth, Washington on Highway 2, and I look to my right and I go, wait a second, I'm not in New Jersey, but look at that beautiful, sparkling diner. I gotta check it out. This is the 59er Diner. And even though this old school spot has hit a few bumps in the road, owner, wild man Joe Canada, cheese stick, burger, keeps the joint rocking and rolling.
It's classic diner food at its finest.
Mozzarella sticks with homemade marinara.
The mozzarella sticks are so good.
The dipping sauce is out of this world.
Mozzarella sticks.
The mozzarella sticks are amazing.
The mozzarella is hot and fresh. They crunch, they pull.
The marinara is really good.
It's like you take your mozzarella sticks very seriously.
We got an egg wash here. We're gonna throw a few spices in. Sugar, garlic powder, a little oregano, paprika, dry mustard, lemon pepper, black pepper.
Goes right in the egg wash.
Right in the egg wash.
Okay. You want some milk in this too?
Just a touch. Okay, that's good.
We have the beautiful mozzarella logs that were cut into the precise
5/8 of an inch, 5/8 by 5/8.
There you go.
Flour on them, then you gotta knock the flour off.
Went to the egg wash.
Into the panko. So you go like this, and then hit the ends. We're gonna batter them again.
The little roll thing is interesting. So it keeps it from being square. Now it becomes a little bit more round. After they set up for a couple hours, they'll fry at 350.
That's right. We're gonna serve them with some fresh marinara.
All right, Big Joe.
Throw a little olive oil in the bottom. It's all about garlic. Just a hint of brown in there, and the plum tomatoes. Very nice. A little more tomato.
He's doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You go and rinse these cans with water to get every little last bit of the tomato out of there. A little bit of the water in there.
A little salt, a little sugar, oregano, a little Italian seasoning.
And we'll let this cook down how long, Joe?
Just 45 minutes or an hour. Cheese sticks, a little marinara.
And that's all she wrote.
Ooh, that's gooey.
That's what I'm talking about. The fact that you can contain all the cheese inside of this without having the blowouts
is outstanding because that's one of the biggest challenges. You fry it just the right amount to where the cheese is melted, not too oily, and you still got really nice crunch. That's a legit cheese stick.
So now I'm gonna take you to a joint that was an airplane hangar in World War II. Then it became a town hall, well, then a plumbing shop, and of course it evolved into a restaurant. Did I mention it's a Quonset hut? Eating good food in a Quonset hut.
Well, works for me.
Quonset huts were the big silver buildings the Army put up all over the country in the 40s and 50s. Half a century later, in Springfield, Illinois, this one's still standing as Charlie Parker's Diner.
Robin, small pancake.
Did you buy the building?
Yes. Girls order. My husband and I had come in here when it was a restaurant previously. He said, you know, I think we can do better than this. Hash brown. And I said, you know, I think you're right. And my Reuben basket and small cake.
So when the restaurant became available, Brenda Shirley and her husband made an offer. You have what experience in the restaurant business?
None.
Just a dream.
You love to cook.
And they've made it work.
Hot sauce or anything, boys?
Cranking out big plates, like the Reuben Sandwich, homemade stuffed pork chops, overstuffed omelets, and a local specialty you can only find around here that a friend of mine told me I just gotta try.
T-Ray, Thomas Ray, one of my fraternity brothers. And he said, you know what, on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, you've gotta try the Horseshoe.
The Horseshoe, a huge combination of just about anything you can pile up on a couple pieces of bread.
It's just a hit in Central Illinois. It's just great.
Does that look the right size?
Sure.
Good cheese sauce is hard to find. Look at the size of that. Giddy up.
Giddy up.
The shoe was invented here in Springfield.
Shoe coming up.
Back in the 20s.
It's delicious.
2 pieces of toast, a piece of ham on it, and the ham is cut in a horseshoe shape, and then a cheese sauce. The French fries were put on top as the nails in the horseshoe.
Wow.
Hamburger shoe.
Cheese sauce.
Some other folks will tell you the first shoe was actually made with hamburgers.
There you go, girls.
But these days, they'll make them with just about anything.
Prefer it with the sausage gravy.
Breakfast shoe, over easy.
Eggs over easy and the hash browns.
It's a breakfast shoe. They all get 2 pieces of toast.
With scrambled.
Now he's gonna add the eggs.
That's a mess. Look at that.
Okay, there's a foundation of our horseshoe.
Bacon. Look at that.
There's no reason you should leave here hungry with something like this.
No siree. Half cheese, half gravy.
Oh, it's delicious.
And the American fries.
There you got one breakfast shoe.
Do you have a scale? Just the food alone is 3 pounds. So this is ready for the window?
That's ready for the window.
They'll crank out more than 3,500 breakfast shoes a year.
1,000 different variations.
They want it on whole wheat.
Hash browns.
Wheat toast. That makes it healthy, you know. Sausage patties, eggs over easy, gravy.
Eggs over easy and the hash browns.
You can have half and half.
You have 1 fried egg and 1 poached egg?
Sausage and gravy. Scrambled eggs.
1 piece of rye, 1 piece of whole wheat?
And I'm not gonna have to eat anything the rest of the day.
But there's all those lunchtime shoes, too.
I'm waiting on my hamburger shoe.
Chicken, steak.
Breaded tenderloin shoe?
Yeah. You can get fish.
People really get it with fish?
People really get it with fish.
Whatever they get it with, the heavy hitter for the lunchtime shoes is Brenda's homemade cheese sauce.
It's Brenda's secret recipe.
Whose recipe?
My mother's.
Okay, so what do? We get some flour, it goes down?
We're gonna make a roux.
You gotta keep moving it or you'll ruin it.
Ruin it. You want a nice creamy roux?
Now what?
Okay, add our milk.
Now just a little bit at first, right?
Yes. Cheese.
Nice and creamy.
Looks good. We have a special seasoning that we add.
Okay.
I can't give you the secret because that's what makes our cheese
Yes.
so on.
It's hot.
A little bitey.
Yeah, that's good though. That's what people really dig.
And it's not just the shoes that are big here.
You gonna be able to finish?
Everything's big.
Look at that thing.
Like a hot ham and cheese sandwich called a Slim Jim, stuffed pork chops, and a German specialty called rouladen from Brenda's mom's recipe.
It's a steak and it's rolled with garlic, onions.
A little bacon in there.
No.
Right out of the oven. Your mom wasn't doing you wrong on that.
And get a load of the pancakes.
That's a big pancake.
16-inch pancake.
16-inch? Did you know what you were getting into? I didn't. That'll make you proud. Now, how many ounces of batter do we put down for the Mondo cake?
About 18 ounces.
Which is bigger, the pancake or my head?
And way too much.
You can get 4 of them for $8. You eat it all, we buy it.
You got the best of me.
It did?
Yeah.
But in this big hut of big plates,
You can eat that, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
the king of the hill is still the shoe.
Probably eat half of it.
I cut it up and
Hope for the best.
I can eat them for breakfast, lunch, and supper.
I gotta make a special shoe for a buddy.
Okay.
I don't think bread by itself really says enough. I don't think it says I love you. Let's make one of those big pancakes. A ham steak, burger patty. How exactly will we be moving this? You actually have a pizza peel?
Pizza peel. Slide it under quick so it don't stick. There you are.
Whoa!
Very nice.
That's a big one.
The ham, the patty. Do you want eggs on this?
How about 3 scrambled?
3 scrambled?
Very nice. What do we serve this on? Trash can lid?
We got a pizza tray.
Wow, that's hot. Sausage and bacon temple. Oh, yeah, I mean, you know.
You gotta fit the palate there, yes.
Right in the middle. There we go. Because this side is more of the lunchy side of it.
Right.
Just hit that with some of that. Oh! Hot! We gotta get all 3 potatoes on there. He is so gonna thank me. I don't like to shake off any of the excess oil. Throw that on there.
I think it looks beautiful.
You think we should just go for it?
Go for it.
This is the whole horseshoe sandwich. Happy horseshoeing.
Yes.
That should at least cover you till lunch.
I'll still be eating it at lunch.
It's been 2 hours. How are you? Come on, loosen that shirt up. Get in there.
I'm here in Wellborn, Texas, with a squeaky windmill and a dirt parking lot. Gives me a hankering for some good old Texas grub. You know, something like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich or a sausage and peppers. Hey, how about at this diner over here? It's an actual New York diner from the 1940s, shipped out and restored in the middle of Texas.
This is the authentic thing.
This is the real deal.
Couldn't get any more real. An authentic old diner from upstate New York, plopped down just 5 miles from Texas A&M University.
I'll tell as many people as I can to come out here and check it out.
To come and
It's
check
different.
Thanks to this guy,
These are the best.
Rich Risbon,
I grew up eating these.
a transplanted Philadelphian who's turning Texans onto the food he grew up with.
Delicious.
Grew up in an Italian family. My grandparents, great-grandparents came from Sicily and stuff, so we always had, you know, authentic food.
Now, Rich is teaching Texans you can put red sauce on almost anything.
I've never had meatloaf with marinara sauce, but this is the best.
And he's knocking them over with his Italian sausage and pepper sandwich.
Reminds me of New York.
And it is to die for.
Well, we start out with fresh vegetables and then put them on the grill, season them a little bit.
Coming in behind. Tell me about the sausage.
It's very authentic. Lots of fennel, lots of crushed red pepper in it. It's got a nice spice flavor to it. It comes actually out of Chicago.
Chicago-style sausage, or?
Oh, it's actually from Chicago. So.
What, do you have like a cousin that flies in on a weekly basis?
They got a few Italians there too.
So that's working right next to the peppers and onions, and then some of the rendering down, some of the fat coming off of the sausage helps get into the flavors of the peppers and onions.
Gives it more flavor.
Right on top of it. A little provolone.
A little smoked provolone.
Smoked provolone?
Smoked provolone.
Smoked provolone.
Gives a little extra more flavor.
Wow. So where do the rolls come from?
Those actually come out of New Jersey.
You know, you are supposed to buy things in the state in which you're...
We do. We get our tomatoes from here.
I'm gonna burn my mouth, I can already tell, but I'm such a junkie for it. Oh my.
We were begging for something like this.
They can thank Rich's girlfriend, Sydney. When she wanted to move back here to her hometown, Rich came along and brought his son, Richie. How's he doing?
When he gets here on time, not too bad.
At the exact moment that a local memorabilia collector was looking for someone to take over the diner he bought on a whim and didn't know how to run. People must think you guys are just crazy. Now Rich is bringing the East Coast to Texas one dish at a time.
Philly cheesesteak.
What is the key to a great Philly cheesesteak?
Well, it's really in the meat and it's in the slicing of it. I guess that's the real key is slicing it. You know, this was in the freezer. It was rock hard last night. Kind of slack it out for 6 or 8 hours.
Slack it out?
Slack it out. So it gets
that's a Philly cheesesteak pro term.
A little soft on the outside, but the core is still pretty solid.
Okay, so this goes on. Now that's a monster slicer. And how thin are you looking for this to go?
We're looking for, we got to go a little thinner.
A little bit thinner than that. That's exactly what we're looking for right there.
There's where the flat spatula comes into play.
He's bringing a spatula out of retirement for me. Wow.
I have to go on with
what
the
do we
big,
call
the
that
big
one,
pancake flipper here.
The Mongo. I could take a limb off with this thing.
Now look, man, you got it all
I
already.
right into the thing. This one right here.
That end down. There you go.
Hang on. Let me get it closer here. Now, Rich is a perfectionist. He does his classic Philly with just onions and white American cheese, but he also does variations like a pizza Philly with red and green peppers and marinara sauce. That hot sauce is dripping down the back of the thing.
You got that South Philly stoop going there?
You see it? You see the arch of the back?
That's it.
The hand with the dripping pinky, okay? And then the hand, and then the hand. That's off the hook, man. Yep, Philly cheesesteak, just like I got them in Texas.
It's catching on.
But just in case, they're serving up Texas classics, too. Like biscuits covered in homemade gravy.
Very good.
We grew up on it.
Or that same gravy on French fries.
They see it come out of the tank, go, ooh, what's that?
Man, it's a mess. A mess of great food called a Mexi burger. Look at it. Bean, sausage patty, tortillas, chili verde. Oh, you gotta try that chili verde sauce.
We make it from scratch. It just goes on our
Smells
burgers.
great. Rich picked that recipe up when he was cooking at a place in Colorado. It's great on his home fries cooked in bacon fat.
Wow.
And on a huge breakfast burrito.
A little bit more.
It's like £1.5 pound of food for $6.
That's big.
Like the best of the East Coast diners, Rich's place does breakfast all day long. Huge omelets, pancakes as large as a plate, French toast flavored with vanilla and cinnamon, and even a French toast PBJ.
And we take French bread, smear peanut butter and jelly all over it, dip it in our French toast batter, and put it on the grill.
Kids must go bananas.
Goes real well. They wear half of it because it's warm and the peanut butter's going all down their face and stuff. But
I gotta tell you, that one right there might be going to the Fieri house. Hunter, we're gonna do one. That's money, dude.
Roll on the first billet.
For Rich, job one's the Italian stuff, the Philly food, something special he brought from home.
I grew up with, holding my great-grandmother's apron. We have a passion for real homemade food and the pleasure it gives people when they eat something like this and remember it because it's something they've never had.
And for you, sir?
And more, Texans are getting with the program. Don't worry, we're just watching you fight that pepper. So if they're eating East Coast like Rich, maybe they ought to be talking West Coast like me. How was that first bite?
A bomb.
Rusty, it's not a bomb, it's the bomb. So I'm here in beautiful San Diego, California, in an area known as Mission Hills. Now I'm here to check out a diner that was once a bistro, and it's owned by a guy named Rick, but that's not the name of the diner, but it's his sister's name. But his sister's not actually an owner of the diner. I know this is really confusing, but I hear the food's great. This is Joe's Diner.
2 meatloafs going in.
Joe's is amazing.
It's not a typical greasy spoon.
French onion for Neil.
This is diner food with a bistro attitude. Did I get it right?
Yes.
That's because this joint actually started out as a French bistro called Cafe Bleu. But then chef and owner Rick Liberin changed lanes and the name. Why Joe's Diner? Why not Rick's Diner?
When it was my French restaurant, my sister was here.
Her name's Joe.
Exactly. I kind of gravitated more to just everyday kind of food.
French dip, table 1.
The short rib French dip is probably my favorite thing here.
You get a combination of the onion and the cheese on top of the real rich, tender meat.
It gets me excited.
Most people make the French dip out of top round or leftover prime rib. We're gonna braise some short ribs.
Right now we're making it to braising liquid.
Okay, a little bacon fat.
Red onions, celery, and carrots. Add a tomato paste, fresh thyme, rosemary,
bay leaf,
red wine, beef stock. Bring it to a boil, and then it's be ready for the short ribs.
Season these.
Salt and pepper. Put them on the grill.
So sear all 4 sides.
Top it off with the braising liquid, and we'll cook it for 4 hours.
Now, how in the world are you pulling that out without just tearing off a little chunk and trying it? Oh, that'll be just fine.
Fish out the ribs.
Wait, where did the fish come in?
Take with the tongs, take them out.
Oh, take the short
Take
rib.
the short ribs out.
I don't know. We're in San Diego. Maybe there was fish.
Finish the short rib in the jus with caramelized onions.
Toasted baguette, gorgeous.
And we'll top it off with the shredded Gruyere cheese. Put this in the salamander, toast it up.
No salamander was harmed in the filming of this show, by the way.
So we got the reduced jus.
Hi, Food Coma. My name's Guy. I'll see you in just a minute. The only problem with this is you didn't serve it in a kiddie pool. Because if it could get in with the sandwich and the jus, I mean, that short rib, along with those caramelized onions, bananas. And?
Bananas is good.
Bananas is good. The bread's fantastic. The jus is luxurious. You get all that nice fat that's coming from the braising of the short rib.
little touch of the red wine and the melted Gruyere on top. It's all the components of what you want a great French dip to be. That's it, baby.
Short rib French dip.
The French dip is incredible. The short rib is packed with flavor.
Was that a food moan? Okay. This is my buddy Lonnie, who's 3-time Super Bowl champ with the Patriots. What do you think of the dip?
Amazing. Huge fan.
Well, thank you, but I'm right
I'm
here.
all
and I
about
don't-
dips.
If you watch Triple D, you understand that we've got multiple cameras. Lonnie hooks us up with the GoPros. We don't have the mouth cam, by the way, yet.
Yeah, well, I just gave you one, so.
So now I'll be wearing the mouth cam. I don't know how I'll chew with it.
Shrimp and polenta.
This is our favorite family restaurant. There's a lot of diversity, a lot of different flavor.
If you're coming here for breakfast or brunch, the chilaquiles are definitely a must.
How's the French onion?
Delicious. It's my favorite.
I'm a French onion junkie. Favorite thing on the menu?
Meatloaf.
Really?
Yeah. Meatloaf ready to play.
It's not a traditional meatloaf. The glaze on here is just excellent.
That little pop of flavor wrapped in bacon.
Just crazy wonderful.
Joe's Meatloaf. California grass-fed ground beef.
Got it.
Some diced pasilla chili peppers. Pasillas aren't very spicy. Add a really nice flavor. Italian parsley, and then pecorino cheese.
This is a very interesting meatloaf at this stage.
Panko breadcrumbs, eggs,
Whole milk.
a little salt and pepper,
How much Worcestershire, Chef?
about a tablespoon.
I like the way this is going so far.
Mold the meatloaf, pop it out. We've already got our applewood smoked bacon laid out. Pull up the ends.
It's when the magic happens.
Flip it over into the perforated pan.
Looks like you've done that before.
For the glaze, you've got
Ketchup,
brown sugar, dry mustard.
hot sauce.
We're gonna glaze it.
So we cook it.
It's gonna be portioned. Pop it back in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes.
Now we're into
Demi-glace. We've got beef stock, red wine, tomato paste, thyme, peppercorns, bay leaves, red onions. Bring it to a boil, strain it, let it reduce about half.
and then a little slurry to tighten it up.
Good to go.
The meatloaf is down.
Do a quick sear on both sides, and we got our garlic Yukon mashed potatoes, French green beans, country gravy, and then our beef demi.
Most diners, it's not like 80 steps to make meatloaf. It's fantastic. That's some of the most tender, moist meatloaf I've tried. This is my first time that I've ever had pasillas in a meatloaf. Between the pecorino and the pasilla, this has a ton of personality. It's like its own style of meatloaf. The demi's a nice little kiss, but the real star of it is that sauce that you've glazed on the outside. I mean, then you go into extra innings, adding in this gravy. The mashed potatoes are great, green beans are on point. You mask your French bistro energy into this American staple really well.
Thank you.
You can take a man out of the bistro, but you can't take a bistro out of the man.
I got the meatloaves for you guys right there.
It's extremely flavorful. The sauce that they put on top of it is just so delicious.
It's got a smoky taste from the bacon.
I grew up with my mom's meatloaf, but then I came here and fell in love with it.
So mom takes second fiddle now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Steak free, pick up.
I love coming here. It's amazing.
I'll be back many more times.
You nailed it, man. You've made this a contemporary diner. So you get the comforts of home, you get the things that you love at the culinary level that you're accustomed to.
Appreciate it.
Joe, Rick, Brother Blue Diner. Who knows? Come meet him. You'll like him, whatever his name is.